Hello, everybody. Welcome on back to Ku5ogrande. Without further ado, let's go ahead and bring in our next game master because I'm really excited. It's been a little while since we've had you. Come on in, Tina. I want to chat about some video games with you. Tina chose a game. Oh, yeah. Tina chose a game. Bam, bam, bam. Tina! OMG. Hello there.
It's been a while.
I know, it has been a while, but I'm so glad you're here. Actually, right before we introduce the game, I want to talk because you have an interesting project that is going on that I'm probably going to be playing in, just like Liz had one, right? Are you allowed to talk about it yet?
Yeah, I'm allowed to talk about it.
What are you doing?
Is this you're going to be?
The RPG one, right?
Yeah, it's my RPG show, I guess.
That's actually the name of it. Tina's RPG show, yeah. I guess.
That is 100% the name of it.
Yeah.
So we're going to be showing off people who speedrun RPGs and let those people show off the RPGs themselves. It's going to be super comfy, and who better to be on it than Prosentia?
Yeah, the scary thing is that I'm going to have to go and really de-rustify Final Fantasy IV.
Yeah, but I'm super looking forward to it. I think nowadays you're probably best known for Ku5, but when I first started watching you, I knew you as an RPG speedrunner. So having you on the show is super, super exciting to me.
Yeah, RPG type. That was like my awkward video game phase, you know, that I'm finding out who I am as a streamer, and then it turned out, oh, people just watch me because I go through a lot of pain. But yeah, Final Fantasy IV.
It's a bit weird that for most people, I think Ku5 games would be the awkward phase, and then they'd settle down and they'd play something like Final Fantasy. But no, not Prosentia.
Nope, I'm like the M. Night Shyamalan of video game players. You know, finally got into my stride that other people might not necessarily like too much. But hey, I'm riding. Speaking of bad stuff, what games do we have? Like, I'm Avatar: The Last Airbender.
How dare you? This is a fantastic, wonderful game.
Okay.
It's great. Everybody's going to love it.
Okay.
It's going to be a hit with the players. It's going to be a hit with the viewers. It's called
Caves of Doom. You cut out right at the end there. So I heard Caves of... Did you die? Did you meet your fate?
I met my doom.
Oh, that's pretty scary too. Oh, well, I am working on getting the last little bit of this set up. What kind of game is this?
This is a thrilling, fast-paced action game.
Okay, how many of those words are true?
All of them. I mean, look, this is a quality game.
It's ZX Spectrum, okay?
That's right, yes.
I feel like usually when you have a choice between three things that you can use in a ZX Spectrum game, you usually can get about half of those.
Well, yeah.
Or, I mean, half of one.
Yeah, that tracks, actually. That's how the math works, I think.
Okay, good. I'm good at math. I promise.
I believe you.
I got a minor in math, Tina.
I said I believe you.
Well, I'm just throwing out my credentials in case anybody in chat doubts me. Yeah, I can do... I'm good at numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just throwing them out there.
Wow, that was quick maths.
I wasn't adding them, Tina. It was more math theory than actual calculations.
My mistake. You're right. That was definitely number theory. That was not just regular maths.
Yeah, there we go. Oh my gosh. Is the yellow border part of the game that I see here?
Only if you want it to be.
I don't know what that means, but okay. Oh, Tina! I don't know if I told you. I'm making a website for Ku5ogrande.
Ooh.
Yeah, did you see the
I think
pictures?
that I might have seen something about, yeah, I might have seen something about that, but I think that there's 300 people in chat who need to hear about this.
Yeah, there are totally going to be tons of 2-frame animated GIFs. At
God,
least,
I love GeoCities.
yeah, actually, I've been grabbing a lot of stuff from there. Yeah, the website is going to be totally 90s, and I mean not vaporwave style 90s. It's going to be actual 90s website. Okay.
I remember websites in the 90s. I'm excited.
You know, the hardest thing so far has been figuring out how to not accidentally use HTML5.
How to actually make your website for Internet Explorer 4.
Yeah, exactly. So if you cannot use HTML4, then the website might not work for you, but whatever, we can deal with that later. I love it. Yeah,
I'm so excited for this.
same here. I actually plan on doing a good amount of stuff with it, as in I'd love to have a review section for some games. I put the Ku5ogrande rules up there. The website's not public yet, but you know, it'll be a place where we actually have a source of information for a lot of stuff. So yeah, that's sort of like my side project right now, and you know how side projects are. If it happens to get abandoned, then sorry, child.
What could possibly be more 90s than a website that is perpetually under construction?
I mean, I do have under construction gifts already. It's
okay,
gonna
but
have...
do you have the explosion? Do you have the explosion gem?
There are a lot of explosion. I have fiery text.
Heck yeah.
I have fiery text. We're gonna have a visitor counter.
View counter is really, really important.
It's very important for the 90s. And I am considering having some auto-playing midis, but I'm not sure I want to go down that road.
You definitely do want to go down that road.
Like, I kind of do. I kind of want to.
Look, the web in the 90s sucked. Just lean into it.
Yeah, but I want to make it like one of the tolerable 90s websites, you know? One of those that it's like, back in the 90s, we're like, wow, this website is legit, and you look at it now and it's like, what? Did, like, Donald Duck make this website? Because it's just hacked together. Yeah, don't worry, I have been looking at the Space Jam website as well, because one thing that they were using there happened to be frames. Frames are so hard to do in HTML5 because they remove the feature completely. You can't do it anymore, so that's why it won't work with HTML5 anymore. You can't wait to see... Yeah, iframes. Although I don't think we're doing iframes, mostly normal frames. Iframes is actually more sophisticated than what I would like to do with the site. But it's so much fun, Tina. It's... there's just something that is so enjoyable about making a site that looks really ugly.
Yeah, I mean, there's a certain artistry to making something that is intentionally bad.
How about ugly but believable? That's generally what I'm going for.
Authentic,
ugly,
yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, talk about authentic. What is authentic when it comes to the internet? And basically, you know, I'm not letting just the styles of yesteryear be the only thing to guide me in my web page construction. I'm letting life guide me. So if I need to break a few of the rules, sure, I will, but it will be for the, or for the bigger,
It'll be for the
better
right
good.
reasons.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, I think I'm going to build it in a way that if other people want to put pages together as well, that it would be trivial to at least link to them or integrate them in some way. I really miss those places on the internet that were extremely niche because they just don't exist anymore.
They don't. And like finding weird, earnest content on the internet used to be an absolute joy.
Oh, yeah. And so I'm working on doing that. We're probably going to have a web ring. Yeah, as Chad is saying. No guarantee, okay? I don't want to overpromise it and then just like put up one website that has the dancing baby gif, you know? So don't get your hopes too high. But I want a web ring. Absolutely.
We need web rings. We need web rings in the year of our Linux on the desktop 2020.
Oh yeah. Uh what's fun as well is that I can use some of the patterns from the 90s that work for backgrounds, except I'm modifying them in a way that you can actually read the text. The game just fired at me! Okay, Gina, I think I'm fine again. Oh. Okay. This is gonna be a good game. I'm sorry for destroying everybody's ears, but as you can see, that is going to be for a good thing.
Welcome to the next hour of your life, everyone.
Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, I'm checking right now to see if the players are ready. I'm probably gonna like judge it. We'll find. Nah, whatever. If it's too loud for you, then just try to like if you eat something, that sense could possibly take over, you know? Okay, all of the players are ready. So, what should chat spam?
Keys and spaceships.
And if you have any tulips or the weird snowflake flower, you can spam those as well. Keys,
Yeah, that works.
spaceships, farts and butts, I think as well.
Yeah, no, that works.
Spam everybody because we're just about to begin, and don't worry, I will try not to just have farting for an hour. Yeah, butts. That's what I'm talking about. Oh geez, there are a lot of butts.
So, welcome to Caves of Doom. Everything kills you.
Okay.
And the purpose of this game is you need to collect 5 keys. That's all. Just 5 keys and use those keys to get to your spaceship. It's real easy. So already we do see Tetsuya is in the lead, having collected 1 of the keys. So,
Oh wow.
You know, good on him.
I mean, I couldn't barely see that key, okay? That's not a good color.
This is a real it's real good, right? It's so good.
I'm already not the biggest fan of the game, but whatever, I'll live. Mostly because it's already not colorblind friendly, but what can you say? This was made in the 80s. They didn't care
only
about
had
your
8
eyes.
colors to work with. Only 8 colors existed.
Oh, geez. Well, I'm so glad that in the year 2020 we have like at least 32.
Do we have 32 whole colors now?
At least.
Wow, that's amazing.
Oh, Tina, speaking of 32 colors and the website that I've been working on, I've actually been going through different methods to see how I can make something that looks like it was actually...
Are you making it web safe?
What?
You're making it web safe. I hope you're making your website web safe. That's important.
I'll go ahead and put something on it that says it's safe.
Okay, good.
But yeah, I don't actually know what the website palette is, but I have been using limited palettes and figuring out what kind of rendering is going to be the best to actually capture that feel. But
So one of the things that I should point out that just happened on Tetsuya's screen, that first key, that cyan key, is very difficult to actually pick up. A lot of these keys you can pick up just by walking on the ground, but hoo boy, if that's not the case with the cyan key.
okay.
You have to be at a very particular Y position, and it's easy to like waste half your lives trying to get there.
What is up with this, like, dude who can go anywhere?
Well, he has fuel. If he runs out of fuel, that's bad.
Wait, the bad guy chasing you?
Oh no, the bad guy never runs out of fuel. Your guy can go anywhere, but he runs out of fuel. Also, everything kills you.
Like, can you kill this guy?
No.
That...
Why would that would be immoral?
Oh my gosh. Kyon is... yeah, he's just trying so hard.
Yeah, this game is real. It's real.
Yeah, I would pretty much agree with that. Now, remember, there is NES difficulty in this world, but there's also something called more difficult than NES. And a lot of games on Atari, on the ZX Spectrum and such, usually were more difficult because they had very little gameplay to them. So having this much difficulty was kind of necessary.
Yeah. So, I have to admit, I have not beaten this game.
Okay.
Once I got 4 keys, and honestly, that feels like beating the game to me. But
hey,
it turns
Tetsuya
out that
has
there's
2.
more than that.
So wait, is there collectible fuel in this game?
Yep, all of those little magenta triangles on the floor, those are fuel.
Okay,
it's
gotcha.
like one of the very things in this game that doesn't kill you. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, that's great. Oh my gosh. Oh, like that teal key is so difficult to get. You have to lure the floaty dude out. Absolutely. If you don't, he gonna get ya. So, Tina, what's been going on in your life? I know that you've been pretty dang busy.
Yeah, so the last time that I gave a game out, I had already moved to Finland, but I remain in Finland. I've been working on a couple of projects. New splits timer for people who don't stream on Windows, because live split through Wine is finicky at best.
Oh yeah.
And then working on a couple of other projects, which I'm not quite ready to announce, other than the new GDQ show, which we've already broken the news about.
Yeah, and that's going to be a blast.
That's going to be so much fun.
I feel like there was another show that you were thinking about, but you're probably not ready to talk about that yet.
No, not quite yet.
See, I'm going to have a show over on the GDQ channel as well, but first we have to get over quarantine.
It's called Brosentia's best show ever in the world.
It's not. But that's okay. We're going to be doing a show on my channel as well, starting up soon-ish.
I'm super excited.
Yeah, actually, let me send a message to somebody real quick because maybe we can figure out when that's going to be. By the way, it looks like right now, players have essentially gotten 2 keys. Kion, Tetsuya, both have gotten 2 keys at one point or another.
Yep, and they're for the most part, players are going through roughly what I expected the route that they would want to take to be. Cyan and green, definitely the easiest of the keys to pick up. And of course, as you pick up keys, you're going to be unlocking new paths to new keys.
Ooh. Oh my gosh. Oh, watch out. Oh, you know what? That's unfair. The gun can't shoot weird flexing man, but it can shoot you. Absolutely unfair.
Correct.
Oh, okay. This is going to be rough. Tails is very much not a fan, already writing in Discord. It's only 7 minutes in, and we have people complaining about this game. So, what would you say
Well, that's
is
just
the
good
worst
feedback
part?
for me as a GM. Okay, so I think that the players are showing this off pretty well. The controls manage to both be overactive and stiff, which is really an accomplishment.
I can see that sometimes you're moving way too fast, but sometimes it's hard to navigate at all.
Yeah, it's great.
It's strange.
I mean, it's great for anybody who's not playing the game. It's terrible if you're playing it.
Yeah, it's not always that you can look at a game and be like, this controls terribly, but you can look at this and see that. I feel like I've heard of this game. Why does this game feel familiar even though I've never played it?
I honestly don't know. This one was pretty new to me. I hadn't heard of it before I found it just in a collection of software, of interactive software for various computer systems.
Like, I think I might be thinking of a different game that Dana made me play a little bit.
Probably, because this one never made it to the Commodore.
Yeah. And Dana, like, that one was also very much cave-based.
Well, caves were really good because you could justify using a black background.
Okay.
So, it's a good way to force a theme. I don't want to make background art, I just want to use the color black. Oh, I know. This game takes place in a cave.
Yeah, I understand it. A cave and you're a spaceman. Space caveman. Cave spaceman.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got it in one.
By the way, I did find a little bit of the story. It's one sentence.
Yep.
Yeah,
it's a good sentence, though. You should read it.
It might not be the same sentence you're thinking of. I just found one somewhere else. You are trapped in the caves of the evil Lord of Doom and must somehow find your way out. Is that the same sentence?
Yeah, that's on the box.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't find the box.
It's very, very, like, there's no question. You know what the predicament is. You're trapped in the caves of doom. You know who's responsible, the Lord of Doom. And you know what your goal is. You want to find your way out. There's nothing left to the imagination.
What a good guy, the Lord of Doom. By the way, the designers of this game, the developers, eventually went and changed over to become Magnetic Fields. They were known as Mr. Chip Software. They worked on other video games that you may know, like Trailblazer, Olympic Skier. How about More Adventures of Big Mac, the Mad Maintenance Man? That's one name. Quasi Quacks. Oh my gosh. I feel like you can't put a name out like that anymore.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, like that's wrong in so many ways in the year 2020. Oh, Kid Chaos,
So we
Crystal
might
Dragon.
have, I think we might have just seen the lead be solidified by Tetsuya.
Yep.
Tetsuya now is up to 3 keys.
Now, I'm not too surprised. Tetsuya has always been a strong player. I mean, looking at this group, they're a 7-point group. Tetsuya, I feel like just got a really bad game for him last time. And so I wouldn't be surprised at all if Tetsuya wins this round.
Yeah, like all of these people, it's a 7-point group. They're all strong competitors.
One will be eliminated,
but
though.
Tetsuya's doing very, very well.
Oh, yeah. Like, I do like how fast-paced this is. And, you know, some of these games, even if you haven't played these older games, you're going to notice that it really has a very specific style. If you played VVVVVV, it was definitely taking this style as an inspiration
Absolutely.
for a lot of what was made in those games. Yeah. And I wish that we had more of this, because even though it's, you know, obviously not complex at all, at the same time, the colors are so vivid and amazing that you can tell exactly what everything is.
Everything is legible. The problem is that everything is also, no matter how beautiful, it will murderize you very, very quickly.
Yeah, so I would say that difficulty is obviously one of the bad elements of this game. I would say it's about par for the course for the system that this came out on. You know, you had other games like of the era that were really difficult, like any of the Monty the Mole games, Monty on the Run, I believe. Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember all the names. But they were ludicrously
We don't want to
difficult.
enumerate them anyway. Let's be real.
Yeah.
If we started giving away, you know, the good stuff, well, that would just be shooting ourselves in the foot, now wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jet Set Willy is definitely one of those as well, which I think that we've already had a couple of those games, and they're the most popular, so it's easy to talk about them. I would say that even though we've had them, they are technically good, or at least good for the time and good for the system. This one, I'm not completely sure where I'd put it.
Well, this costs £2, and I'm not entirely convinced that you got your money's worth in, you know, all the way. It's
£2
interactive
for
software. This. Yeah. Well, remember, £2 back in the 80s, that's like, this is a $70 game.
That's not how much it cost, Tina.
No, it's probably not, but...
No, like, because back in the day, you know, people were paying $60 for Rocky and Bullwinkle NES.
I know, because I was given a copy for my birthday.
You got it for your birthday? Oh, no. Yeah, I would say that this is both cheaper and possibly better than Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Yeah, but we can't give Rocky and Bullwinkle out. Everybody knows it.
Well, no, not everybody knows it. I think we made Poexel play it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Was that captured on video, and does that video still exist?
I'm relatively sure it's in one of the matches, either from Ku5 4 or Ku5 3. Let me see. I mean, we got Andy to play the Genesis one, so that was cool.
Well, I feel like that was the best one of the three.
We had the Game Boy version. That was cool. Maybe it was Ku5
That's
3.
not the best one of the three.
Maybe it was Ku5 2. Maybe I'm just imagining. I want Poexel to play Rocky and Bullwinkle, okay? Because that would be amazing. Oh, Zindictive versus Poexel. Yep. And Zindictive is just really good at winning at really terrible games. But yeah, that was in Ku5ogrande. And a lot of fun back before we actually had decent commentary is what I'd say. Started getting better in Ku5ogrande. A little bit.
Oh, we now have a score of 4 over on Tetsuya's side.
Holy cow, Tetsuya. That's amazing.
That's, yeah, really, really something else. I've put 4 hours into this game, and 4 keys is the best that I've gotten. Um, to be fair, one of the keys, there are 5 that need to be collected. One of them is actually in 3 pieces, because obviously.
Well, yeah. What else are you gonna do? Gotta do that. So, from what I can see, the person who wrote this game specifically for the ZX Spectrum version is named Robert Sanson, and he only ever made one other game, Hero of the Golden Talisman. I'm actually not familiar at all with that. I might have to go look at it a little bit more. It looks interesting.
That sounds like a title.
It honestly looks kind of good. I'm very interested. Yeah, and it turns out the same guy also did the Amstrad CPC version. So one person worked on this whole game, from what I can see.
That's a feat. This is a lot of game for a single person to produce.
It kind of is, but at the same time, because you were dealing with a lot more limitations, sometimes you actually could make these games a little bit faster, because you've got limited color palettes. You don't have to worry about making absolutely beautiful sprites. You need to make sprites that make sense. You're not going to be able to have sound effects and music at the same time, probably, so don't worry about that. Just have one sound effect for the entire game. It works.
Just fart at the player forever.
Just fart. Yeah, I actually would love to go and see what it would take to put together a game like this in BASIC, because honestly, I think it would be doable for me to do. And, I'm kind of one of those people who doesn't know too much about what it takes to program in BASIC. I've done a little scripting before, but BASIC, luckily, is very simple, and as long as you're not going for something super complex, you can usually do it. Oh my gosh, Mooware was trying to get through a very nasty area. I love it. Yeah, exactly. Self-destruct system already put together a game, which is to print I'm a silly goose infinitely. I'd call that a game. Okay, so right now it looks like all of the players have managed to get at least 2 keys. Tetsuya back up to 4 of the... Is that a key or is that a coin at the far
That's
right?
1/3 of a key.
What?
So one of the keys is broken into 3 parts, because of course it is.
But how are you going to get the parts together?
Once you get all 3, they go.
Does he have like a welder along with his jetpack?
Well, the jetpack probably gets pretty hot for Ascension.
Oh yeah, good point.
But for the purposes of scoring, we are counting each of the individual components as just they're counted as a single key. So if somebody else got 4 normal keys, that would count as 4, just the same as Tetsuya is currently at 4.
Okay, gotcha. So in total, there are going to be 5 keys, but one of those is 3 parts.
Or wait,
so 7.
Yeah, 7.
Yeah.
And then after that, you have to escape. That's all. Real simple.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
No, it's not. But right now, watching Tetsuya, I feel like it might, and I really want it to happen.
That would be so cool. The thing is, with this game, I'm just trying to think. There's not really a way to prepare for something like this because it controls very differently from anything else that you've played. I think that the best way to prepare for getting something like this is just to experiment, play things that, have non-standard controls, things that are very difficult to control, because that's going to give you some habits, some strategies for actually learning how to do things reliably. That's the
Absolutely.
best way to prepare for something like this.
The other thing that's worth pointing out, preparing for something like this, being aware that, I mean, QAOP, but AZOP also I encountered when I was young. Being aware that that's a scheme so that all these players are playing AZOP. Being aware of that just so that it doesn't throw you off your game is going to be powerful.
I would agree with that. Learning the different control schemes that were used back in the 80s and 90s, because even though there are some standard ones, and you can probably expect to stumble across QAOP or AZOP, you'll probably stumble across that at some point. It's good to practice that, but get used to control schemes that are very much not standard. At the very least, learn, if you're getting a weird control scheme, how do you adapt to that? Figure out ways that you can deal with something that, instead of controlling directions with one hand, guess what? You're controlling with two hands now. Yeah.
So one of the things that I am seeing Tetsuya doing, we've talked a lot about things that Tetsuya is doing very well.
Yes.
Tetsuya is sticking to a very solid route, which might be helpful, but if I were playing this, I can tell you for sure, I explored as much as I could. Like, I made a map of where everything was, but I didn't want to be surprised once I was actually doing, well is such a strong word. I don't feel like I can describe what I ever did in this game as well.
Yeah, I like that idea of creating a map as you go. That way you have some sort of reference, because especially in the heat of a game like this, you may forget where something is, and there's just no way for you to bring that memory back. And honestly, when you're getting really stressed towards the end of a match, you're going to forget things. Almost always. At least I do, So, I'm not sure people are making maps, but especially where Keon is right now, the game starts splitting a little bit, and there are multiple directions you can go. If you do things the same every single way, sure, you're not going to have to worry too much about that, but you might miss key items. I think exploring is worth it.
For sure.
By key items, I mean actual key items.
Yeah, thankfully, there's not really a lot of ambiguity in that statement in this game.
Oh, yeah. I've been having a good time, though. Like, I love Ku5ogrande. What was that spinning square in the middle of Mooware's
Oh, that's
screen?
a warper. That's a teleporter.
No.
Oh, yeah.
There's a whole nother section of the map that we haven't seen yet.
Oh, there's plenty more map that we haven't seen.
Oh, no. Well, I'm not terrified at all. I'm actually very terrified. Like, what's going
I'm sorry
to
to hear
happen?
that. Well, when you go through the teleporter, you'll be somewhere else. It's.
Oh, that's how
I feel like the
teleporters
name
work.
kind of. Yeah.
Wow, Tina. Are you really gonna do jokes like that? Are you really gonna make fun of me? Because
I
good
didn't
job.
think
That
I
was
was
kind of
making-
funny. Yeah.
wasn't making fun of you. We were laughing together. We had a rapport.
I don't
I
laugh.
thought. Now I don't know what I think.
Wow. Nah, you're pretty cool, Tina. I approve. Honestly, I love that MooWare decided to go and do a little exploration. You know, the thing is, with games like this, because you are not going to live for super long, you're probably going to continue a lot. So all you need is one good push, and if you manage to track where things are and explore a little bit more, it'll make that one good push actually possible.
Yeah. All that any one player needs to do is really make it count once.
Yes.
And as long as they can do that, then every bit of energy that they pour into exploration and just figuring out where everything is and what a good route to everything is, that's all going to pay dividends.
Oh, for sure. Now, Tina, I'm thinking, if you had a chance to move to Mars, would you?
Oh, I'm with you so far. Would I?
Yes.
I feel like we put a lot of caveats on that one. Am I able to breathe Mars? Not.
Well, okay, let's imagine there's actually a Martian settlement, okay? It might not be the happiest place on Earth because it's not on Earth.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to be the happiest place on Earth.
But, you know, they've got food. You've got food, you can shower, and they may have some form of communication back to Earth. Would you be okay doing that, you know? Also assume that, like, it's not going to be cold the entire time. They actually have heaters.
Okay. All right, so like, at least some sort of like climate control type thing going on.
Yes.
Not going to starve to death. That's good. Not going to immediately suffocate. Also good. Does Mars have caves of doom?
In my imagination, like, it's got caves, but it doesn't really have plants in it. You know, Mars doesn't have much life. It definitely doesn't have these floating guys with really, really broad shoulders.
Very broad shoulders, but also spears. And that part, I think, is really important to point out. Oh, this is
I
great.
was looking at MooWare's screen.
Kyun has made it to my favorite screen, which is the Spike Cave.
I don't like that. Yeah, I almost feel, no, not even RoboCop style, like, I'm talking about, like, in the next 5 or 10 years, if we actually do get a colony up on Mars, because I would be tempted to. I'd be tempted to at least apply.
Yeah, I'm not going to rule it out. It depends on a lot of factors.
Yeah, I'm not sure I have the skills that are needed over there, you know, torturing people. Is that a essential Martian
is that
skill?
a Mars thing?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Like,
These are things that we need to know before I can feel good about applying. I need to know, like, is that expected of me?
Yeah, like, if it is a typical thing that you would be doing on Brazil, then I would fit in great, you know?
On Brazil.
Why did I say Brazil? Mars. Somebody in chat said Berserk. That's not even
Today
Brazil.
I learned that Brazil and Mars are the same place.
No, no, lies.
This is an educational stream.
That's Jupiter's propaganda, okay? Absolutely a lie. Jupiter, you can't even land on it. It's just a bunch of gas. Don't listen to Jupiter.
That's true.
Listen
That's
to
true.
Tina. Ah, there's a house underground. Well, that's nice.
There is. It's very cozy.
I feel like I wouldn't go outside too much if I lived in that house, though.
You wouldn't go outside if you lived in the caves of doom.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's just logic. My gosh, how do you even get through that screen? Oh, the jukes! Oh, there we go!
It's a real good screen, right? Doesn't that look great?
It's very much a screen. Wait, you can edit
I think
the screens?
Kyun you can edit the screens. There is a full editor in this game.
Oh, that's cool.
It costs £2. I think that Kyun just noticed that the blue key is inside that house. Which, that might make Kyun the only person with that piece of knowledge.
That is a very good piece of knowledge to have. Tetsuya, by the way, doing some backtracking again with 4
Yeah,
pieces.
backtracking through this screen is so bad.
Oh, yeah, I don't like this screen. Like, these are the broad shoulder guys, okay? Not the ones with spears, it's these gentlemen. In fact, they're kind of like the gentlemen from Buffy. That's what I'd say. They took away all of your sound. Can't say anything except fart. He definitely doesn't have a voice.
You're in space. You don't really, like, if you took off your helmet to yell, like, you'd stop breathing because you're in space.
Well, exactly, yeah. I think it was the gentleman who took it. Have you seen that episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I was never big on TV as a kid.
You absolutely have to. If there is one Buffy episode you need to see, it's that one. And if there are 2 you need to see, you also need to see the musical episode.
There's a musical episode.
Well, it was made by Joss Whedon. Of course there's a musical episode.
Okay, well, what I'm getting at is, now that I know there's a musical episode, I'm a lot more invested.
Okay, yeah. Watch at least those 2 episodes, and you will be very happy.
That's a really straightforward and achievable recipe for becoming happy.
See,
I'm excited now.
yeah, Tina, I have got many easy ways to make you happy. But we're just going to talk about Buffy.
Fair enough, friend.
Yeah, I really want to go and watch some more, though. It's been a little bit too long, and I feel like I could actually appreciate it now. Okay, musical episode, funny. The one about the gentleman, not funny. Very scary. Well, it is funny, too, but it's very scary. It's probably the scariest Buffy episode. So there you go.
Okay, then.
I mean, I love that having a musical episode was actually a thing that lots of shows started doing. That's also how I know that we went to the moon in 1969. You know?
Okay.
Because of Even Stevens. Which that's the only episode of Even Stevens I've ever seen. What other shows had musical episodes? I'm just trying to remember.
I know Scrubs had one.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that. And it was great.
It was done by the person who did Avenue Q.
Did It's Always Sunny have a musical episode? I feel like they would.
I feel like they must have.
Now, if Xena had a musical episode, I haven't seen it, but I absolutely have to now.
Wait, is somebody in chat asserting that Xena had a musical episode? Because I want to see that.
Okay, why are we even watching this game, Tina? Let's just go and watch Xena.
You cut stream. I'm gonna go watch Xena. It's been fun. Bye.
Oh, I love it. By the way, yeah, all of the players right now are doing pretty good at getting more consistent at the game. And honestly, that's something that you want to be doing as you play this. You want not necessarily to make more progress every time, but to know that if you hit left, you know where you're going to go. If you hit a specific direction, you know if you're going to run into an enemy or not. And yeah, they're starting to get over the control boss that is this game.
Yeah. Everybody seems pretty consistent at this point at getting the first 2 keys that really you want to pick up, the green and cyan keys. I'm also noticing that a lot of the players, if they take, in Tetsuya's case, just even 1 death early on, like, they seem to be just taking an immediate game over to wipe that slate clean so that they don't have to worry as much about running out of lives later on.
I think that that's a fine idea as long as, you know, it's not 9 out of 10 runs that you're resetting.
Yeah, for sure.
Because if you get way too reset happy, it can be extremely detrimental. Tetsuya just trying to do the key screen. Oh, this game is so dumb. And Tails
Yeah,
just
so
typed in
that cyan
Discord.
key in particular is real. It's just rough. There's, yeah, Tails said in Discord, it's a magic pick. For Essentia. I think that they like this game.
No, that's a lot of A's that I see in Discord.
Is that not a positive
it's
sentiment?
screaming. No, it's not like grading papers, okay? That is legitimately
Oh.
screaming.
Oh yeah, I thought that was like you didn't get 100, you did 100 plus you did extra credit, so you got like not just one A but a lot of A's. That's not what is being said there.
No, that's not what's being said. By the way, I think that there's one strategy I really want to point out, and it has to deal with the guy, the ghost. I'm going to call it a ghost, because it kind of
That's
follows
fair.
you through walls and stuff. How to deal with the ghost. Essentially, if he manages to get up on top of you, which he probably is going to at some point or another, you want to be moving diagonal.
Yeah, in a lot of cases, not all, which is really wonderful, you can just kind of clip through the ghost because you move fast enough diagonally that it might not, if you're lucky, and the game is feeling nice, and it's, you know, an even day of the week. Maybe you don't take damage this time.
But still, like, I would say that a 25% chance of dying is much better than a 75% chance of dying, you know? Just find ways to increase your odds. Because, honestly,
Absolutely,
you're not
yeah.
going to be able to dodge this dude. Oh my gosh, run, Tetsuya, run! He's after you. Can you? Nope. That's really hard to get out of, though. Tetsuya getting the diagonal. Good, good. Like, here's just my thought. I know that a lot of people don't like platformers where essentially you have to take damage. But I feel like this is one of those. There's no way to get through it without dying.
So I'm not sure that I'm on board with that. And here's why.
Tell me.
Every time that you take damage, it sends you to where you entered the screen, which in many cases is a huge setback.
Yeah, but in some cases, like if you grab a key in Kion's room here, how would you get back?
You can clip through the ghost diagonally going back. In fact, that's what Tetsuya's been doing about half the time. He's managed to pull it off.
Yeah, but what about normal players, not Tetsuya? What are normal players supposed
if you're
to
normal,
do?
you don't get to have fun with this game, that's all.
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh! Oh. I am so angry, like, in place of the players, you know? Like, I can feel the anger and the frustration here. You know, I would say that 1985, it was probably okay to have games where there was almost no way to absolutely avoid taking damage. Tails is very unhappy right now.
Okay, see, now I see what you're talking about. Maybe some of the players are not filled with joy at this game.
No, they'd rather be on Mars, Tina. I'd rather
But
be
what
on
if this
Mars.
is on Mars? What if this is on Mars? The game doesn't say that it's not.
It's true. Could be. I don't know. I don't know how to respond to that, Tina. I'm not on Mars. I don't know if this is on Mars. Do they have bricks on Mars?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not on Mars. I can't tell you.
Probably have lasers.
They probably do.
Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh, but I would love to visit another planet. That's sort of the whole deal here that I'm talking about. And honestly, this game looks weird enough. I would consider it a different planet.
Well, I mean, minor spoiler here, the way that you beat the game is by getting to your spaceship and leaving. So yeah, I think this is probably another planet.
Yeah. So I'm gonna assume that, you know, you landed on a planet and for some reason all of your friends abandoned you, okay? You had multiple friends because there are multiple keys. You know, there's no logic to have
one friend
one
per key. Okay.
Yeah. And you know, in order to actually leave a planet, everybody has to come and team up and put their keys together. Sort of like Captain Planet, except for launching spaceships, you know? Put your keys together and blam, you are flying through space. And, you know, but it has to be consensual because all of your friends have to use their keys. However, all of your friends are dead because it's Cave of Doom, you know? So
which of the Captain Planet, the Planeteers, is the player character? Do you think that the character is the person who had heart? He was just sick and tired of not having a good.
Actually, if he had heart, he'd probably be talking to the spiders here. I'm guessing that whoever had
maybe not.
wind, that's who you play as.
Oh yeah, because you're flying.
Yeah, you're flying.
Sense.
It's the wind, the annoying wind girl.
Well, now I don't feel so bad if the player's dying.
Yeah. Oh no, God! The guy's dancing at you.
I love
Okay.
the spike cave. The spike cave is so good.
There were like 5 deaths in about 3 seconds, Tina.
Yeah, that's the spike cave.
Yeah. It's like VVVVVV, except somehow less fair. Okay. Well, honestly, though, I still feel like it could be anyone's game, especially, look, Mooware has 4 pieces. Okay, 4 of the 7 collectibles. Tetsuya's gotten that as well. If somebody could manage to get 5, that is going to put them in first place. Now, you never managed to get 5, right, Tina?
No, 4 is the most like. Well, to be fair, I got 5 keys, like usable keys. I don't remember how many pieces I had. In terms of score tracking, I might have had 5. Yeah, because I got the red key. So yeah, I must have had 5 at least.
No, Metal Man, you always scare me because I always think you're gonna be Quick Man. That's okay.
Maybe you should just play Quick Man.
How about no?
Oh, okay. Well, I thought that I was putting forward a good idea, but, you know, you do you.
Nope. Well, I was really quick. I was really quick at shutting that idea down, because stupid Quick Man. I'm actually really enjoying this game, and this game is something that I could have seen myself as a child playing a lot. And by a lot, I mean you usually would play a game for about 10 minutes until you either hated it or were bored, switch to something else, and maybe a few days later come back to this one.
Yeah, but you only had like 12 games, so you really just had to rotate between them no matter how good they were.
Not really, Tina, because I'm thinking at least back with our Atari 800 XL, most of the games that we had were definitely copied from other floppies, but that's kind of what was expected.
Wait, there's an entire song about how you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, and you buy that propaganda?
That it was a song. Songs they're not allowed to lie. Why?
Oh,
why would a song lie?
Well, they were talking about the 3.5 inch or whatever they were. Those ones.
That's correct. You got it.
Not the giant floppies that we had.
Oh, those were okay?
Yeah, those were okay. And actually, let me tell you
okay.
why. A lot of games that came out during that era actually came out in magazines. Specifically, they had their code written there, and you had to go take it and enter it into the computer.
I remember having to type in. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
I do remember.
fully understandable, is what I would say, that, you know, people would share these games that they managed to put together and get running from the magazines that they had. You know, it was an era of sharing the various codes that people had. And honestly, you know, I think it's an era that was absolutely joyful. So I would say
I agree. The era of this game was joyful.
If somebody typed a game in and then copied it to a floppy for you, I'm 100% okay with that. Yeah, there we go. You could call it shareware because it was made for sharing.
Well, if there's anything that I know, it's that is caring.
It's like that stupid gum commercial. Do you remember that one? Same. I can't even... Like, I just remember this gum commercial, and I'm pretty sure someone gets murdered in it, but it's about sharing and gum.
Is sharing murder and gum? That's a really weird brand identity.
Hey, that was the 90s for you, you know?
Okay, yeah, that actually sounds 90s as heck.
Moower tried to get the piece but couldn't get it. Oh, I love this game.
Yeah, he thought that you had to be flying. Oh,
no, you just have to get lucky.
No, if you're standing on the ground and you walk by it, you pick it up.
Well... Wait, how do you pick it up? Do you have to press a button?
Nope, just walk past it. There's only one pixel that is a valid hitbox, though.
Oh, okay. Good. Pixel perfect video game gameplay. You know, usually we talk about that in terms of doing jumps, but in this one, it's in terms of just doing basic picking things up. And I would say that that is not a mechanic I'm a fan of.
No?
Oh my gosh. Onto the nightmare caves. Kyon is just trying. But it's so sensitive here. Like, are there some screens that just are more sensitive than others?
Nope, it's just that the movement is so tight that it becomes very obvious how punishing any tiny little mistake is.
Oh my gosh, Kyon trying to deal with the ghosty boy. Ah! Okay, ghosty boy is gone. Good. I really like how excited these guards with the spears are. They look like they're living their best life, you know?
If you could float in space indefinitely, just up and down, maybe wave a spear around sometimes, that sounds like living your best life to me.
I mean, if I got paid for it, yeah, heck yeah.
I don't know whether or not these people are getting paid.
I mean, they're immortal. I imagine you would I would pay good money for somebody who's immortal, you know? Well, Kyon, on to the next area here, and dying because... Oh my gosh.
This area sucks.
This is like I want to be the guy level of crap. I hate it. Oh, Kyon, through... Because you have to fit in there. How did anybody expect you to be able to do this with the number of lives that you have? Like, even this number of lives, absolutely inexcusable. This is... Oh my gosh. Yeah, you're dead. Yeah, you're dead.
Oh,
yeah?
Poor Kyon.
You're
so
dead.
that's a key piece that nobody else has picked up, though.
Yeah.
If Kyon can, like, make a good push, get the keys that I believe Kyon has also picked up at this point, and get that piece, Kyon wins. Hands down.
True. Per chat, Kyon moves into third place, grabbing that. Now, everybody, you should be aware that one person will be eliminated because of this match. Somebody will be going home, I guess.
I think that they're probably at home right now.
Well, they'll stay there then.
also, given this game, I think the goal is to go home. Like, really, one person is staying in the Caves of Doom forever.
Oh no. Tina, that's so sad.
Well, that gives them motivation to try really hard and to not be the person.
Oh my gosh, you made me think of another page for the website. A memorial page. And the various ways people have died. Yeah. And Caves of Doom will be claiming one body. See, maybe I've watched too much Survivor. That's why I was thinking, you know, one of them's going to be going home. I feel like that's a reward for losing Survivor, to be honest. You know, guess what? You get to take a bath and get a haircut.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
Don't you miss showering? Good news.
Hey, you tired of your smelly pits? That are probably also, like, have pimples in them because you haven't had a proper bath in about a month. Oh my gosh. Hyun is really figuring a lot of this out, which is great.
Yeah, I hope that 8 minutes is enough to be able to make a really good push here, because we can see some grade A gaming coming up here, if so.
I'm actually genuinely shocked we're this far into the match.
Well, all that you have to do to keep track of time in this game is count the number of farts that you've heard.
There have been a few of those. Oh my gosh. You know, I was able to just, like, forget about the sound effects. But now it's back, okay? My mind's not going to leave it alone.
You're
I'm going to
welcome.
hear this farting for maybe all day long.
I think it's amazing that you characterized it as sound effects plural.
I mean, it doesn't stay at one single fart tone. Farts, you know how the cheeks kind of flap and make different sounds as it goes? That's kind of what we're getting here. It's not just one tone.
I hope Chad is really, really just on it with clipping.
Yeah. I'm sorry, everybody, for describing how a fart works, but you need to know. Everybody, I teach college, and I'm willing to break out of English every once in a while if needed. You know, we're doing biology today. This is Utah biology. The flap makes the noise. About it.
I don't know what to say. I can't follow that up.
Yeah. Well.
All right, so I'm not sure if Tetsuya knows, but Tetsuya is really close to the blue key here.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, Tetsuya knows. Doesn't matter.
Oh! Tetsuya. Back to the beginning. There, like, even with 5 minutes left, I think that's enough. I think that's enough time to actually...
That's one game over, maybe two.
Depends on how fast you get to the Caves of Doom. Or,
Well, you start in the Caves of Doom.
well, okay, then it's not going to take that long. Oh, I'm losing it, Tina.
Is it the sound effect?
Probably. It's also the guards. They're so happy.
They're so happy. They're very pleased with the work that they're doing.
Like, the ones without eyes, they're a little scary, you know? Like, they have eyes, it's just they're an empty void. Like my great uncle.
Your great uncle has eyes, but they're an empty void.
Sure.
I don't I don't like this story. Can you tell us another one instead?
We can talk about other relatives. Nah, I'll pass. I'll pass
Do
for
they
today.
have eyes that are only an empty void? If
I
so,
mean,
I think I'll pass.
Some of them have other voids, you know? Oh. Anyways, we have under 5 minutes left. We're getting really close to the end of this match, everybody. And
Yep,
what a
this
glorious
is
match.
For everyone, like, they've got one last push that any one of these players can make. But realistically, after the next minute or two, there's not going to be a lot of chances for progression.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually a really big fan of this game.
It's I'm not gonna say the F word.
Oh, okay.
It's
Fun.
addictive.
Actually, that's probably a better way to put it. You didn't play games back when you were young because you enjoyed them. You played them because you were bored.
I've got the word. This game is enthralling. Not
Ooh, there we go.
fun.
Hey, Keon just got
that's
another
not the
piece
word
of
for it. Yeah, Keon just got another.
But that is a game over. I think everybody has, yeah, right now, you just need to hustle and bustle.
Yeah, both of those at the same time. Doing only one is not going to cut it in.
Just imagine the fusion dance between hustle and bustle, and that's what we're asking for right now. They gotta go. What was that sound? Oh, it was the warp!
That's a teleporter.
Aha! Hey, Tetsuya found another entrance to that one room.
Yeah, but it's really tough to get by that ghost if you go that way. That's why the spike cave is kind of important for getting that key.
Ah, yeah. How is the spike cave more doable than that stupid... than the other way? Like, that's ridiculous. Spike cave is evil. Tetsuya,
So if you go the other way, because of the size of the passageway, you're always forced to be at walking speed, so you can't avoid the ghost.
Mooware just inching over. Oh, like this game expects perfection out of you, but
It absolutely does.
there is no perfection in this universe. There's only shoulders, guys. And the weird evil Martian fruit. Like, I believe at this point, Tetsuya is in the lead, Mooware second, Keon in third, Tails in fourth. Tails does have a chance. Nope. I don't think
It's gonna be hard to make that happen in 40 seconds.
This game doesn't look like it's very long. I imagine that technically it's doable. But no, not even gonna try. Yeah, I think that's fair. Because this game is a giant piece of pain. Okay? Yeah, this is what they make you play if you don't take your pain pills. So make sure you take those every morning.
I don't know how to follow that up, bro.
I'm not sure I had a real doctor, but that is time, everybody. Time, we are done with this game. You know what, Tetsuya, we're not surprised. At least I'm not surprised. Tetsuya manages to take the victory, getting 4 collectibles before anybody else. Mooware moves in second place, both of them moving forward, and I believe Keon is the one who takes third. Tails is getting freed from this mortal coil. called the Caves of
That-
Doom.
That sounds really grim.
Well, yeah. I mean, you die, right? That's what Doom is all about. About dying.
Yeah, we did just watch that happen a lot for the last hour.
There was so much death. I'm inviting Tetsuya, by the way, to come chat with us a little bit. How do you feel about how the players did?
They all did about as well as I did, except I put 4 hours in and they had 1 hour.
Tetsuya, hello. Welcome on in. Yeah, Tina has nothing but praise for how you did.
Man, I'm surprised. I'm just in shock that I got first.
Oh, really? Why so?
Yeah, I felt like I was being walled like nobody's business on that robot stage, but
Oh, that one screen when you're trying to backtrack through it absolutely walls you. Everybody who
when
got
you-
there got walled by it.
I figured out all too late that most of your hitbox is localized directly on your head. So you can have these moments where you're using the level to set yourself up to go up, but dropping down, forget it.
Yeah, it seems extremely difficult. Like, definitely pixel perfect. And as far as I can tell, you move a little fast in this game.
Yeah, and some screens you move faster than others, it seems, but
Well,
really, like,
that's
I
all
actually,
a function of what's going on, like, on the screen. If you have too much movement, well, it was an old computer. It couldn't quite.
yeah, there's only
keep
so
up.
much memory to go around.
Yep. But yeah, what are your overall thoughts about the game? I know that you are surprised that you came in first, but you did. What about the game
Yeah,
as a whole?
I actually, like everyone else in the Match 2 chat, they were screaming their heads off, but I actually had a lot of fun with it. It was really nostalgic. I played a lot of these games when I was a kid, like the Find the Key, Go Through the Colored Gates games that you see in the back of magazines and you have to type them in.
See, we were talking about that. We were talking about that.
this,
Were
yeah.
you?
Yeah, you basically just described our assessment, and I was like, for the cost of this game, apparently it was £2. Like, I feel like this would have been some legitimate fun. You don't play it for a long time, but you often cycled through games and played other games for a while, and eventually came back to these ones that you got for super cheap. I feel like I would have loved it.
We had a lot of those mail order things where they would send us floppy disks when that became a thing, or magazines where you type in the code and you're spending like 3 hours hunting down the one typo that didn't make it compile correctly.
Oh, yeah, that's
It
not
was-
really easy on those old basic computers.
Yeah, that was a big part of my childhood, so this game was actually pretty nostalgic. I had a lot of fun with it, so thanks
Aw.
for the submission.
I love that. Yeah, I feel like younger people, even if, they started with the NES, were a little bit spoiled when it comes to difficulty. Because
Yeah.
this was definitely Atari difficulty.
Yeah, no kidding. Back then, apparently just everyone can make games. Anyone can make games.
There was
Even
no law
someone
against
who,
it.
It's so cool.
Yeah, no one came and arrested you. President Nintendo didn't kick down your door. Anyone could do it.
Yeah, we didn't have the video game magnates. Yeah, and
Yeah,
it was so cool. It was sort of a Wild West, and I'm pretty sure that there were plenty of lawsuits to be had as well from certain people stealing from certain groups. Like, simply put, if you made Pac-Man, you probably were a lot more protective of that than, say, the person who made Caves of Doom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Putting it lightly, yeah.
But seriously, that is just pure nostalgia for me as well. Although I never played the ZX Spectrum, I definitely am familiar with that level of difficulty. Tetsuya, you always do so well in Ku5ogrande, and I'm not too surprised that you managed to take the victory today. Do you have any other things that you're streaming these days that people should go check out?
Not really. I haven't really been doing a lot other than single-player games and catching up on my backlog since quarantine started being a thing.
The
No one can go
perfect time
outside,
to
so-
do it.
Yeah. I've finished like half a dozen games in the past month. I'm so happy. I finally have an excuse.
And
But, I'll probably get back to actual speedruns of my weird old games like Lifeline or Mr. Mosquito, and
I need to
next
play
couple months.
Lifeline. I
you
really need
do,
to.
and if
I've
you
never-
do, link me, because I want to see that.
Okay. I would definitely link you if I do that. One of these days I will. Okay, we'll figure it out.
Holding you to it, Percentia.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Tetsuya. Tina Hacks, thank you for choosing this game. It's been fantastic having both of you, and take care. Have a good day.
Yeah, it's been a blast.
Yeah, you too.
And I think there's way more Ku5ogrande coming up, so heck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
stick around, guys.
See ya.
Later.